So basically, what I'm going to start doing now is keeping a video log of my progress as a trader. So in the last video I uploaded to this channel, I explained my situation of reaching the lowest point in my life, and I was pretty depressed at that point. And I decided from there that I want to pursue something that I want to do. I wanted to be wealthy in the future. So I picked up a kind of a passion of trading in the market. So from now on, I'm gonna try to keep a log of my progress in this field because I'm spending a lot of time there, and I thought it'll be useful for me to look back on in the future. And hopefully, if I am a decently well talented trader in the future, that it could help other people to see how I basically got through this and I became successful. So first things first, I've been reading a lot of books, looking at mentors, videos, everything, and as of right now, I've started to make spreadsheets. So the point is that there's a famous trader named Stephen Ducks, and Stephen Ducks basically he's when he became profitable in the first year of his trading, and I've tried to learn as much as I can because out of all the mentors, I think he's the most valuable. I think he's figured out something that everyone else hasn't. He's brought it down to a science. I guess it is already science, but like he's understood it better than anyone else has, and basically he said that he's made thousands and thousands of spreadsheets, and the thing that I got out of that was that you can learn as much as you want from books, people online, but I think the most important way to be able to be successful in the market is to dip your feet in and start testing for yourself to see what works and what doesn't work. So at this point, I've started to create a bunch of spreadsheets. The first one is this is the main. I'm hoping this method works. And as right now, on one day, every single stock that I chose has worked. And basically, the point is we have an RSI indicator, and the RSI indicator tells you the difference between whether a stock is overbought or oversold. And so I'm scanning for stocks in the market that have reached a little bit under the overbought. That means that the stock is going bullish at the moment. So I'm starting to basically I'm scanning for those stocks, and then I am taking down data. So on my spreadsheet, I'll read it out. I have the ticker, the pre-market. Oh, oops, let me just the pre-market. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry. All right, so the ticker, the starting price, which is the price that I found it at, the float, which is the total shares in circulation, the short interest, how many people are shorting the stock, the volatility, the average volume, the ATR, which is the average true range percentage, which is on average how much does the stock move. So like around 4% of its price it'll move, the market cap, and then the ending price. So I chose four stocks, and out of all of those, the next day each one moved up anywhere from 1 to 4%. Now, if I can, I've calculated if you can grow your account 2% every day, then you can double your money in around a month. You can grow it 1% a day, it'll take around a month and 2 months and 10 days, around that. And basically, every day I'm gonna keep scanning for these stocks. And another thing that I'm trying to I'm keeping note of is if the second doesn't make sense. Never mind. So basically my plan is to keep creating these spreadsheets, looking for patterns, and then keep noticing what works and doesn't, starting creating criteria for each pattern. That's what Stephen Ducks was. He has patterns that work 80 to 95% of the time, and the reason they work this much is because he has a lot of criteria, and he only trades it when all the criteria are met. And then once he finds a stock that meets all the criteria, he can really swing hard at it. Because most traders will only tell you to trade maybe 5% of your account so you don't blow up your account. But the thing is that they're trading patterns that may work 40% of the time, but it'll profit 3 to 1. But for me, I want to follow this method of waiting and finding the correct stock. And when I finally get the correct stock, I can swing hard at it with 80 to 100% of my account and really be confident that it's gonna go the way I expect it to. And that's pretty much it. I guess I want to keep talking about what I've learned because I'm not really making this for anybody else but myself. So So a lot of day traders are focusing on small cap stocks. And the reason they do this is because all these small cap stocks often will release news as a catalyst to bump up their stock price. And the reason they do this is because, well, obviously they're trying to get their stock price up, and these companies are slowly dying. And once these catalysts are released, a bunch of traders will flow into these stocks. And at that point, once there's a lot of people trading a stock, then you can use your understanding of trader psychology to actually profit off of these things. But when there isn't a catalyst in these penny stocks, they're very manipulable. They can be manipulated by large shareholders. So they're honestly, there's no way of predicting what you can do. So I've been focusing on mid cap stocks. So market caps of like 2.5 billion. So these are mid cap stocks that can't be manipulated by a single source. So they will tend to follow patterns like technical indicators more than these smaller stocks. That's why all the tickers in my scanner are mid cap stocks, and that's what I'm kind of focusing on in terms of technical aspect. Although I'm gonna keep exploring, um, exploring large cap and small cap stocks. The problem that I have with large cap stocks is the high amount of algorithmic trading, and algorithmic trading, it's computer, so you want people to be trading your stock, not it's hard to play against a computer. That's the problem. And as of now, in terms of profit, I'm gonna be completely honest with my profit, and it's not great. Basically, I put in 700 into my Robinhood account early on, and it was going all right. I hit some really good trades. I made some bad trades, and I was doing fine. I was actually up $100 on my initial investment. I was around 800, actually $160 up on my initial investment, and then I decided to go into options without any like knowledge of options, and I basically I bought SPY calls for 281, and out of the money SPY call for the very next day, and lost. And I bought six contracts worth like $600 or something ridiculous like that, and lost all of it. And I was very mad at myself for that because I was being very disciplined because I before I put money in the market, all I hear was discipline, risk management, like managing your risk and making sure not to make dumb things. And I was doing a pretty good job of it. I was only trading the things that I knew, and honestly I was missing a lot of trades, but I was also profiting a good amount, and that kind of messed me up. And ever since then, I haven't really had money. Obviously, I've had after that, I think I was down to $60, and I traded my way up to $90, which may not sound very good, but that is actually a very significant like increase in my portfolio, regardless, because it's in terms of percentage. And then I'm slowly gonna start building my portfolio back. I'm really not into the market with too much right now, but once I start creating more spreadsheets and start understanding patterns that I can trade, I'm gonna start going in with more size. That's pretty much it. I guess I'm gonna update when something else happens, or like something crazy, I guess. That's pretty much it.